join us on Patreon, and become part of our journey to uncover history's untold stories. Your support helps us create in-depth content, bring hidden narratives to life, and keep history alive for everyone.
In the heart of the Horn of Africa, a small yet remarkable language has carried the sacred words of Scripture through centuries. Known as Guizi, this ancient language is more than just a means of communication. It is the lifeblood of Ethiopian religious, historical, and cultural identity. Guizi is the language of the Ethiopian Bible, an ancient text revered not only for its spiritual significance, but also for its profound historical connection to one of the oldest Christian civilizations in the world. When one speaks of the Ethiopian Bible, the mind often gravitates to the monumental texts like the Kabra Nagast, the Glory of Kings, and the Fetha Negast, the Law of the Kings. These sacred writings have guided the Ethiopian Orthodox Church for over a millennium. However, it is the ancient language in which they were first inscribed, Guizi, that holds the key to understanding the spiritual depth, history, and unique culture of Ethiopia. The beauty of Guizi lies not only in its historical role as the vehicle for sacred writings, but also in the way it bridges the world of ancient civilization with that of modern Ethiopia. Today, while the language itself is no longer spoken colloquially, it remains deeply embedded in the Ethiopian liturgical tradition. Its echoes can be heard in the chanting of prayers in Ethiopian Orthodox churches, and its influence extends beyond Ethiopia, reaching the far corners of the Christian world. In exploring the language of the Ethiopian Bible, we embark on a journey through time, one that delves into a civilization's rich spiritual heritage, cultural evolution, and the linguistic artistry that has shaped a religious and social identity. It is a language that has transcended its role as a mere means of communication, becoming the sacred tongue of the Ethiopian Orthodox Church, the Ethiopian Catholic Church, and the Ethiopian Protestant Church. Guizi is not just a relic of the past. It continues to resonate with spiritual meaning, influencing religious practices and scholarly research worldwide. The origins of Guizi, its development over time, and its impact on Ethiopia and the broader Christian world form the essence of our exploration. How did a language born in the ancient kingdom of Aksum evolve to become the sacred language of an entire nation? What is it about Guizi that makes it so uniquely powerful in the context of religious devotion? And what does it reveal about the role of language in preserving identity, history, and faith? To understand the language of the Ethiopian Bible, we must first look to the roots of Guizi itself. Guizi belongs to the Afroasiatic language family, specifically the Semitic branch, which also includes languages like Hebrew, Arabic, and Aramaic. The Semitic languages, with their distinctive roots and patterns, have a deep connection to the sacred writings of the Abrahamic religions. Guizi, however, holds a distinct place in this family due to its connection with the Kingdom of Aksum, an ancient civilization that thrived in what is now modern-day Ethiopia and Eritrea. Aksum, once a powerful empire that rivaled Rome and Persia, became the cradle of Ethiopian Christianity. It was in this environment that Guizi evolved as the primary language of administration, culture, and religion. Historical records suggest that by the 4th century CE, Guizi had become the dominant language of the Aksumite Empire, and it was during this period that the Ethiopian Orthodox Church solidified its presence. The establishment of Christianity in Ethiopia is attributed to the conversion of King Ezana, who embraced the faith in the early 4th century. His conversion was a momentous event, not just for Ethiopia, but for the Christian world as a whole. King Ezana's adoption of Christianity set the stage for the creation of the Ethiopian Bible in Guizi. The translation of sacred texts into Guizi was a crucial step in establishing a distinctive Ethiopian Christian tradition, separate from the Latin and Greek traditions that had taken root in Europe and the Eastern Roman Empire. The translation of the Bible into Guizi is believed to have been carried out by a group of Christian scholars, many of whom were likely influenced by the Greek and Syriac versions of the Bible. Guizi served as the perfect linguistic vessel for these translations, not only because of its rich vocabulary and complex grammatical structure, but also due to its deep association with the religious and royal history of the Aksumite Empire. The Ethiopian Bible, translated into Guizi, is one of the oldest and most unique versions of the Christian scriptures in existence. It is composed of the Old and New Testaments, but with significant differences from the canon of other Christian traditions. The Ethiopian Bible contains books that are not found in the Catholic, Protestant, or Eastern Orthodox Bibles, such as the Book of Enoch and the Book of Jubilees. These texts were considered sacred by early Ethiopian Christians and were included in the Guizi translation. The Old Testament of the Ethiopian Bible is largely based on the Septuagint, the ancient Greek translation of the Hebrew Scriptures, but with additions from other sources. The New Testament, on the other hand, is a direct translation of the Greek New Testament, though some books are arranged differently than in other Christian traditions. For instance, the Ethiopian Church places a strong emphasis on the Acts of the Apostles and the Epistle of Barnabas, both of which play a central role in the Ethiopian Christian understanding of the early Church. The language of the Ethiopian Bible is not only a tool for preserving the text, but also a source of great spiritual and cultural meaning. Guizi has a musical quality that makes it especially well-suited for liturgical use. The chanting of prayers in Guizi, with its rhythmic intonations and complex syntax, creates an atmosphere of reverence and sanctity in Ethiopian Orthodox worship. The language is seen as more than just words. It is viewed as a sacred medium through which the divine is communicated to the faithful. In the Ethiopian Orthodox Church, Guizi is used not only for the Bible, but also for hymns, prayers, and liturgies. The role of Guizi in worship is central to the Ethiopian Christian experience. The use of Guizi in religious practice connects the worshiper with the ancient traditions of the Church and the eternal message of the Scriptures. The language, therefore, is more than just a relic of the past. It is a living part of the faith that continues to shape the spiritual life of Ethiopian Christians today. Guizi occupies a unique place in the religious and cultural identity of Ethiopia. While the language is no longer spoken in everyday life, it continues to play a pivotal role in the liturgical life of the Ethiopian Orthodox Church. In fact, Guizi has become so intrinsically linked to Ethiopian Christianity that it is often considered a sacred language, much in the way that Latin was once regarded in the Roman Catholic Church. The clergy and religious scholars of the Ethiopian Orthodox Church are trained in Guizi to interpret the Bible and other sacred texts. This ensures that the teachings of the Church are preserved in their original form and that the language of the Bible remains unchanged. It is a language of reverence, one that brings a sense of continuity with the past while fostering a deep connection to the divine. For Ethiopian Christians, Guizi represents a living bridge to their ancient heritage and to the timeless truths of the Christian faith. The unique character of Guizi as a sacred language can be seen in its deep connection to the cultural and historical identity of the Ethiopian people. It is a language that has withstood the test of time, remaining a pillar of Ethiopian religious life for over 1,000 years. Despite the rise of other languages in Ethiopia, including Amharic, Tigrinya, and Oromo, Guizi continues to serve as a symbol of Ethiopia's rich Christian heritage and its distinctive place in the broader history of Christianity. Guizi has also influenced the development of other languages in Ethiopia, particularly in the area of religious vocabulary. Many of the religious terms used in Amharic, Ethiopia's official language, are derived from Guizi. This linguistic influence extends beyond Ethiopia's borders, reaching Eritrea and even parts of the Horn of Africa where Ethiopian Christianity has spread. The role of Guizi in Ethiopian Christianity is not limited to its use in worship. The language has also been an essential tool in the preservation of Ethiopian history and culture. The ancient manuscripts written in Guizi contain not only the Bible, but also a wealth of historical records, religious treatises, and philosophical works. These texts provide a window into the intellectual and spiritual life of Ethiopia during the medieval period, offering insights into the development of Ethiopian theology, philosophy, and science. Despite its central role in Ethiopian Christianity, Guizi is no longer spoken as a vernacular language. The decline of Guizi as a spoken language began in the medieval period, as the rise of Amharic and other local languages led to a shift in the linguistic landscape of Ethiopia. Over time, Guizi was relegated to the role of a liturgical and scholarly language, spoken primarily by the clergy and educated elites. This shift in language usage is not unique to Ethiopia. Many ancient languages, such as Latin in the West and Sanskrit in India, have undergone similar transformations, evolving from spoken vernaculars to languages of ritual and scholarship. However, the fact that Guizi continues to thrive in Ethiopian religious life is a testament to its enduring cultural and spiritual significance. The legacy of Guizi is alive and well in Ethiopia today. While it may no longer be spoken in daily conversation, the language continues to be a central part of Ethiopia's religious and cultural life. The Ethiopian Orthodox Church, with its vast network of monasteries and churches, preserves the language through its ongoing use in liturgy and theology. The study of Guizi also remains a vibrant field of scholarly inquiry, with scholars from around the world delving into its grammar, syntax, and vocabulary to better understand its role in the development of Christianity and African civilization. Guizi is a language that transcends time. It is a link to Ethiopia's past, a vehicle for the transmission of sacred texts, and a symbol of a proud and resilient people. As Ethiopia continues to navigate the challenges of the modern world, Guizi stands as a testament to the country's deep spiritual roots and its commitment to preserving its unique cultural heritage. The language of the Ethiopian Bible will forever remain a vital part of Ethiopia's identity, and its sacred beauty will continue to inspire those who seek to understand the timeless truths of the Christian faith.